Yo, what is going on, guys? So we got a video request here today, and it is titled Real Women Who Destroy Womanists on TikTok. So without further ado, let's just jump right in.
I love it when men get heated when women say we hate men. Yeah.
It's not men you have to worry about. It's women. It's other women, reasonable women. Because when you say you hate all men, that includes our sons. That includes our brothers, our fathers, our loved ones. We're not just gonna sit back and let you say those horrible things about men. And honestly,
Come on, let's go home.
you are making enemies from men and from women. It's not very smart of you to do. Believe me when I say that if you piss off enough moms, enough women, reasonable, smart, and strong women, if you piss them off, you're gonna wish men still will want to protect you. And the dangerous thing about pissing off women is that we already know your strategies.
You know, guys, we often see videos where women will say, "Oh, I already know what you're doing, right? I'm so switched on. I know that guys are screwing me over, and believe me, women know." And I just find it funny to see, like, when they're in those situations, they never leave, right? They're always like, "Oh, I know what that guy did behind my back." And then you ask her how long she was with him, and it's for like 18 months or something ridiculous, right? But these women who come on TikTok to defend men, guys, I'm always pretty skeptical about it. I mean, a lot of them are chameleons. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically it's just a woman who's lying or being dishonest about her position, you know, to gain followers and stuff like that. But let's continue on with the video.
The stark contrast between mothers, single mothers and single fathers, okay? So let's go back into it. 7% of single mothers work more than 44 hours weekly. 24.5% of single fathers work more than 44 hours weekly. 7 compared to 24.5. 46.2% of single custodial mothers receive public assistance. 20.8% of single custodial fathers receive public assistance. 46 compared to 20. 40% of mothers reported that they had interfered with the father's visitation to punish their ex-spouse. They have
Guys, I mean, we watched a video of that yesterday, right? Where girls will literally just come over to a dude's house while he has custody and try and take the child away and crap like that. I mean, for the dudes who are watching in the audience who have kids and who have gone through custody battles, you will know that oftentimes single mothers will try and use the child as a weapon to go between you two. It's some of the saddest crap you've ever seen, right? Because not only does it, is it just a pain in your neck, right? But, you think of the child going in between, two parents being used as like some sort of little manipulation game for women to use. And on that point of public assistance that she made, guys, like, people and society just want to paint single mothers as like these fantastic people. Oftentimes they're not working jobs, right? They're out on the weekends partying while their kids are, somewhere else, like getting looked after by someone else, guys. Like, single mothers as a demographic, gentlemen, are very harmful to society, and we're just going to kind of leave it at that.
literally, like, this kills me. Women literally try to punish their exes by withholding affections from their kids and visitation from their kids because they're that fucked up in the head that they think that punishing the dad doesn't hurt the child.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what makes you think it's about the child, okay? Like, a lot of these women, they'll say, "Oh, yeah, we're strong, independent, and we're so empathetic, and we're so caring." Guys, a lot of these women don't care about anything but themselves, right? And I don't say that to be mean, and I don't say that to be rude, guys, but, like, people want to give single mothers, like, this giant pat on the back for doing so well. Yeah, can we just cut the bull for a second? A lot of the times, these women do not care about their child. Okay, now am I saying all of them? No, okay, but, at the very least, why don't we look at it through the lens that, hey, if she cared about her child, why hasn't she secured a father figure in his life? Where is the father? Okay, women are praised for being strong and independent, okay, but then you look and their attitudes are just, like, absolutely terrible. They can't keep around a man and nothing seems to be their fault, Okay, so this one says, "A guy walked by and winked at me. I was going to cry because I got A-worded." And apparently this is the woman in question. Interesting.
So Cosmopolitan put out magazine covers of two women who are noticeably overweight, titling it, "This is Healthy," when it's not. Also weird timing given the relationship between obesity and COVID. Now, I don't mind them being on the cover at all. It's the message I don't agree with. You can feel good about yourself at whatever size you are, but feeling good about your body doesn't make you healthy. Now, size has no impact on your value as a person, but it certainly has an impact on your health, and these leftist magazines need to stop conflating the two. A lie repeated enough times will be believed and thereby repeated more. It's a vicious cycle. And the same people screaming, "Believe in science," about a multitude of things, but not this, because feelings take precedence over fact if it weakens the need for personal responsibility. Now, wellness isn't a one-size-fits-all, but it certainly isn't all sizes, and obesity is unhealthy, just like anorexia is unhealthy. We don't get to just redefine words because we feel like it. Now, we shouldn't shame people and their health, but instead encourage each other to a fit and healthy lifestyle, not a complacency and gluttony. Stop glorifying unhealthy lifestyles in order to stay woke.
Guys, that's actually that's some straight facts right there. Like, I have to agree, I really do. You know, people want to push this idea that, hey girl, it doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter how you treat your body or, you know, what you do. People should just love you regardless. You should love yourself regardless. And we got all these people being so unhealthy, and everyone's pushing this idea of like body positivity and all this crap, right? And that is some of the worst advice you can give someone. Like, oh, don't worry, just practice self-love, guys. Don't improve anything about your life. Don't go to the gym. Don't understand how things really work. Just, you know, you're okay where you are. I find that to be one of the worst things that you can say to someone, guys. This is an example I bring up many times on the show, okay? But, you know, if you've got a friend and they're going through, like, maybe they're severely unhealthy, one of the worst things you can say to them is, oh, don't worry, dude, you know, you're totally fine. You know, you just got to love yourself. How about some tough love once in a while? Like, people seem to think that it's just okay to be a lazy, you know, a lazy piece of crap at the expense of your own health, right? And we're supposed to solve that issue by, you know, loving ourselves more. That's such a problem, man. It's like, how about you go to the gym, right? Like, how about you actually do something about it? Because, guys, it's a health issue. You know, it's going to shorten their lifespan. It's not as if we're trying to be mean to these people just because, right? If you're glorifying being overweight, you know, those are years of your life that you're shaving off.
Stop glorifying unhealthy lifestyles in order to stay woke.
Okay, I'll play. So, if a man asks you to pay for a date and you do, you'll be so turned off that he'll end up in the friend zone. Please tell me that you are not in any way, shape, or form thinking that you deserve equality as a woman then. Because with equality in wages, in opportunity, and in life, to be equal to a man, you should also have the equal expectation that you pay your way as he pays his. But that would be way too logical, wouldn't it? That if we want equality, we have to be okay with paying. And if we're turned off when we're expected to pay, then we should probably not be fighting for equality. Can't have it both ways. Doesn't work that way.
If you know, we got all these ladies out here right now demanding dates of men, like, oh, I've been through my bad boys, I've had such terrible dating experiences, now I want a man to step up and take care of me, right? So dudes are expected to pay for dates for women who are getting with men who are not even, you know, doing anything for them. You know what I mean? And it's like, this is just a burden that's kind of placed on men. It's like, hey, this is what makes you a good man, this is what makes you useful to society, is if you provide to girls who don't deserve it. It always amazes me, guys. Like, I was considering doing a lot of you have been sending me a video where it's like a little game show thing where men select whether they're in it for love or money, and the woman has to figure it out. And in a lot of these situations, gentlemen, where men are going on dates, or, you know, they're like, they're always trying to prove themselves, guys. Don't be proving yourself to some woman that you know nothing about. Right, I always find it super strange how girls will expect a man to pay for a date, and it's like you don't even know the girl, you know, and yet we as men were expected to prove ourselves to these women, and for what? Like, the dudes that they're getting with aren't proving anything, first of all. Second of all, I don't even know you, you know?
Be fighting for equality. Can't have it both ways. Doesn't work that way.
Bitches be out here with no job, no education, no personality, and no ambition. and then have the nerve to say he only wants me for my coochie. Well, bitch, that's all you have. I'm sorry, but I agree with the guys on this one.
The best part is when the girls will say the same thing, right? Like, they'll say, "Oh, look at me, I'm the whole package," and like they think that they're worth something because they're making money. And then you look into their business, and their business is just a front for their spicy content online, and they want to walk around saying that they're modern day entrepreneurs. Have you guys seen that, right? Where the women, you know, are just absolutely covered in makeup and all this kind of crap, and they want to push themselves as, you know, intelligent entrepreneurs, and they've got like some business on Instagram where they've bought the followers and they've bought the likes, okay, and then they want to, and then they use that as justification for why men should step up for them. Or do crap for them, because look at me, you got to rise to my level. And you look at the level, and it's like, what level is that exactly? Like selling photos of yourself online? Yes. You know, dudes will be out here working real difficult jobs from 9 to 5, okay, and then girls will come along and expect that men give up, you know, their earnings when they don't even do anything. You know, they seriously don't, guys. And that stat that we referenced earlier, that the woman referenced earlier in the video, a lot of these girls don't have jobs. A lot of them are living off of men to begin with anyway. And they're sitting here complaining about wage gaps that don't exist, mind you. Okay, well, they do exist, but the reasons are different to what people think they are. Like the fact that we're in 2021 and people are sitting here complaining about the wage gap and that they're oppressed, it boggles my mind, guys.
So I got a question. Why is it that some women want a man to pay her bills, take care of her, wine and dine her, but when he asks her to cook, to clean, and to give him some sex, she says, "You not my husband," or "I'm not your wife"? Well, why is it one-sided? Why do we expect something from them, but when they expect something from us, we don't want to give it? Make it make sense.
Gentlemen, girls will do this thing, and I've seen this quite a lot, right? Where a dude like is unhappy because, you know, the girlfriend is not doing anything, like she's just being a right pain in his backside, okay? And then the girl will rebut by saying, you know, something like that, where, okay, well, you know, we're not super serious, or we haven't gone to that next stage in our relationship, or why would I cook for you and why would I do these things for you if we're not married? Like, so what girls will do is say, they'll kind of dangle these things in front of you. They'll dangle intimacy and, you know, and all this kind of crap in front of dudes in order to get them to commit more. Guys, please do not let a girl like pressure you into committing more to her, especially if you're already doing a lot, guys. Like I'll say again, a lot of men are working 9 to 5s, breaking their back to provide for their families and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. And you know, these girls aren't doing crap in return. And then in order for the guy to get something, we're told that we need to invest more. Like, it's not going to get any better, guys. Like, let me be the first to tell you, these women who try and pressure dudes into more commitment, it's not going to get better for you. You know, ask married men, okay, and they'll tell you, once we got married, everything changed. You know, maybe things were pleasant to begin with, but, you know, once I gave her that ring, or once I made her my girlfriend and stuff like this, like, the girls know that once they have you wrapped around their finger, oh, they're gonna drop their standards in behavior, like, a whole bunch, because now they don't have to do crap to keep you. And a lot of these women know that, hey, they can leave a marriage at any time and, you know, and use it as an insurance policy for the rest of their life. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at with that.
Make it make sense.
Hearing quite a bit of, so what? Men are just supposed to be afraid of women now? I mean, if that's what it's going to take for you to respect us and our boundaries, then yes. Women have been afraid of men for thousands of years.
I wonder what this woman's boundaries exactly are. You know, you should fear us. Men should fear women. Wow, that's a very interesting stance, okay? And she goes on to say, like, you know, what exactly are your boundaries? You know, false accusations can be thrown around at any time. What, are we just going to legislate for dudes who look at you a funny way? You know, like, this is such nonsensical bullcrap. And, you know, the fact that she says that men should be afraid of women, it's like, careful what you wish for. right? Because a lot of dudes, not necessarily out of fear, just out of caution, are not talking to you anymore. Like, we got dudes bailing on marriage. A lot of women are crying because they can't get as, these girls know that when they hit 30 and when they hit 40, guys, like, the attention starts to drop off. And look, there'll always be dudes out here who will be willing to commit to girls who don't deserve it. Like, there'll always be simps out here just ruining the dating market, guys. But one thing I will say is, among the young dudes, like, this kind of content, this side of the internet is actually making a difference, right? Like, I've been, you guys send me TikToks and stuff like that, and I can see in the comments there are some young dudes with some common sense. Like, maybe they watch videos like this online and they start to see what's going on. So, I hold out a little bit of hope for, at least some of the dudes going through this generation. But for the most part, like, a lot of guys are, a lot of guys who come across this side of the internet are really starting to say, oh, I see how the game is played, and you know what, I'm not interested in playing it.
You'll get used to it.
If you want superiority and you want to rule in fear over the opposite gender, you are no better than the ones that you're referring to that have made women afraid for their safety for thousands of years. We should all be fighting for equality, and we should be acknowledging our differences, our similarities, and the issues that we all face. That way we can try to come up with the best solution possible and try to address these problems to make them less. We will not be able to solve any problems that either gender faces if we rule in fear over the opposite gender. That will only cause more problems and conflict.
Many men right now that don't think that relationships are worth it because they're being told that they need to give, and be able to be the emotional support for that partner. But they better not ask for reciprocation.
Yeah, guys, because you know what happens when you ask for anything, like, and let alone reciprocation? Like, if you expect a girl to be, emotional support or something like that for you, please expect her to leave or your relationship to run a very short duration. Okay, girls hate, as much as girls will sit here and tell you, oh, I'm an empathetic person, I'm so caring, I'm so loving, they hate emotionally supporting men. I can't make it any more clear than that, gentlemen. You want to lose your job and go through some rough times mentally. Your girl chances are she's not going to be there for you. Or if she is, she's not going to put up with it forever. And her attraction to you will not last during that period. Okay, like, I'm telling you, man, girls will say, oh, I want a man who's emotional. I want a man who cares about me. I want a man who, shows me where he stands, and his feelings towards me aren't ambiguous. And once you provide those things, girls get bored, man. Like, they'll walk out the door. They'll have no remorse. All these girls saying that they're empathetic and caring, they're empathetic and caring to men who don't need it and who don't need anything from them. The dudes who actually need some level of support, oh, believe me, they're not there for that. They want to support the guy who doesn't need support from them. And the majority of men are just absolutely invisible to these women, so they'll sit there and they'll say it, right? They'll say, oh yeah, I want a dude who's emotional and all that kind of crap, but yeah, again, you believe girls with dating advice like that, and it's going to end up poorly for you.
I just seen a video of a girl saying that if a guy took her to a chain restaurant on a first date, she would ghost him. Why? And then I seen another girl say that if a guy doesn't make 6 figures or more, she wouldn't date him. Okay, I get it. We all have our standards. We all have what we want. But aren't these the same girls that complain about there's no good men out there? Or complain about being cheated on? Or guys ain't shit? No. The guys you choose ain't shit. Because you're basing your love, your heart, off of monetary stature. That's the problem. My heart can't be bought. My coochie can't be bought. But a lot of girls these days, they got a price tag on them.
Guys, I'll say this, like, first of all, what are these nails, by the way? Yeah, like, goodness gracious me, this is actually some, I've never understood this thing where girls, like, make their nails just 3 miles long, but hey, it is what it is. It's interesting to see girls talk about money, right? Because you see a lot of these women talk about, oh, I need a man to earn this much. I need a man to earn that much. And the funny part about it is, like, guys who use money to get girls, it's not as if they're necessarily attracted to the dude. Physical attraction is the most important thing insofar as attraction. Girls will say, oh, I need a man to earn 6 figures, I need a man to earn this, I need to, yeah, but what if he, what if he's unattractive? Okay, what if he's short and she doesn't like your face for whatever reason, and she doesn't like your style and all this, and your jawline is weak and all this crap, right? Where's her attraction then? You see what I'm saying? Girls will say, "Oh, I need a man with money. I need a man with money." Guys, they'll get with dudes who are broke, who look like, who look great, right? They'll get with the 6'3" dude who has an incredible jawline and, just top genetics, and he's not earning 6 figures. Like, these girls will demand, and honestly, it's all a bunch of BS, guys. Yeah, they'll like a dude who, has money and is stable as well. It's just funny to watch girls say, like, oh, I need a man who's 6 figures. It's quite frankly, it's embarrassing when I watch them say that, because you look at their life, right? Their room's a mess. They hate themselves. They've got nothing going on except for some eyelash business that isn't even real. That's a front for their OF account. It's quite frankly embarrassing
these days.
By strong women. The problem a lot of you have is that you think that being strong means you gotta be super rude, you gotta be loud, you gotta be aggressive, assertive to get your way or to get your point across. But that doesn't make you strong. That makes you insufferable. That makes...
Ooh. True. That's pretty true. A lot of these girls are walking around thinking they're strong and independent when really they're just a pain in the neck.
You unpleasant to live with. I'm paraphrasing off a quote I saw online. I don't think it was Twitter, I forgot, but I read it and it was so deep. The quote then went on to say, it's not that we can't handle you, but we choose not to in light of better options. I understand sometimes it's really rare to find a good man, but a lot of your attitudes are the reason why a lot of you women are still single and won't get a man. Well, you might get him, but you won't keep him. Not a real man. Your strength isn't in having this masculine energy where you feel like you have to be the leader, the boss, the dominant one in the relationship. Your strength is in your femininity, in your vulnerability, in your willingness to submit, in your willingness to let a man lead. That takes a strong woman.
It's interesting to see these girls who, like, they'll do all of these things, right? They'll be quite strong and independent. They'll be like hell masculine and all this stuff, and they'll be able to see a dude for 20 minutes at a time, and then, that weekend they'll be crying because the dude doesn't want to commit to them, and they'll be wondering why, and then they blame it back on the men. Right? Oh, a dude doesn't want to commit to me. It must be because he's intimidated by me, or because he doesn't like girls or something like that. They've got to come up with some reason, anything aside from taking accountability and, hey, maybe it's the way that they act. Like, maybe it's because you're unpleasant. Maybe because men don't want to be around someone who's bossy and disrespectful and all this crap. Like, dudes in relationships, man, I'm telling you, some of the disrespect I've seen directed towards men in relationships is absolutely disgusting. And that's something, guys, like, if you take away anything from these videos, guys, it's please don't put up with disrespect. Okay, we got a lot of dudes out here lacking boundaries, entertaining girls who aren't worthy of your time. I always see dudes like going out on spending money on girls on dates and trying to convince girls to like them and stuff like that, guys. Save your time and energy. Don't do any of this convincing. Don't do any of this trying to get a girl to respect you. If she doesn't respect you, she can find the door, guys. Like, don't be wasting your time and your energy on people who don't deserve it, okay? Because you're going to give yourself a headache more than anything as well.
Takes a strong woman.
Tax returns, show me your bank statements, show me your face, show me your profile, your side profile, show me your body, top to bottom, do a 360. Those are the requirements for you to come for me. Those are the requirements for you to come for me, okay? Do you think I'm joking? It's the actual truth.
Holy hell, that was something, wasn't it? She's requesting a dude's side profile, his money and all that crap. Holy hell, like, someone who's talking like this, right? Why would you even want to be in a relationship with them? Like, the level of entitlement that you have to sit there and make a video like this, guys, like in your car, is really something else, isn't it? Like she had to sit down in her car, turn on a camera, and record the amount of entitlement that you would need to do this is kind of insane. Like thinking that you're deserving of people like that, and like you're just going to take applications from people and you're demanding to see their income. Get out of here, man. And girls will do this while being a complete stranger to you. You know, it's so disgusting. It's like, okay, why would I do any of this for you, man? You know, I don't even know who the hell you are, and you're demanding these things of me. You know, it never seems to be about meeting in the middle, guys. It's always like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to demand all of these things of dudes, and these are the same women who end up 30 and 40, you know, alone with cats, and they wonder why they haven't got a relationship and they can't get marriage, guys. And rather than looking inwards, they'd prefer to blame the dudes. That's something. That video right there is genuinely something.
Truth. Don't.
You're making us all look bad. I find it funny that you have so many standards when your beauty, or at least 75% of it, can be wiped off with a napkin.
I'd say a lot of it can be wiped off with the personality, to be honest. It doesn't matter how, you know, pretty a girl is, how great she looks, guys. Like, some of these girls, man, when they open their mouth, they just, like, everything is gone. You know, it's like, I don't even want to deal with you.
Instead of making a video like that, why don't you make a video of what you offer? Unbelievable.
Sorry, ladies. Y'all might be mad at me after this. Why is it that when you get cheated on, you be mad as hell, right? As a woman, mad. But why is it when the guy is cheating on his woman with you, you're cool with it? Can somebody explain? Ladies, somebody.
That's actually a really funny thing that you see quite a lot, right? Where you'll get girls who will work in the industry, shall we say, right? And they'll be so happy about it. Like, you know, all these certain kind of stars, right? They'll be happy about doing all this crap so long as they're the ones getting attention. You know, but the moment that those girls aren't getting attention anymore, let's just say like they age out and like the industry doesn't want them anymore because they're getting too old or whatever the case may be, or like there's the new girls that are getting more attention, then they start to get mad. You know, girls are happy, right? When well, I use the word happy loosely because, you know, you're never really going to make them happy, guys, but you know, when girls start to realize that the attention goes away from them, they lose their minds, man. When girls start hitting 30 and start, if a girl is like, you know, getting along in life and she looks at all her friends and all of her friends are getting married and they're all in serious relationships and she looks back at herself, like it'll just eat away at her, man. And it's some of the funniest stuff you'll ever see. We call this the epiphany phase, right? Where women go through this sort of crap. But yeah, hey, it doesn't matter. Like, screwing other people over, guys, like, it doesn't matter as long as the attention, you know, they get the attention. You know, it honestly doesn't matter to them as long as the tension's going their way. Like all this moral stuff, oh, you can forget about morals, you can forget about ethics. Where's that attention? Where's that validation going? You know, need that dopamine.
Somebody.
A wise man once said, "Nothing."
Shut up. On behalf of all men everywhere, because you would crucify them if they tried to fight back on this post, just shut up. Men built the world. Men are extremely important in the raising and upbringing of children and societies and communities and governments. They run the military, the police.
Guys, I'm always very skeptical of videos like this, right? Because oftentimes when I look at these videos, I think to myself, you know, are they just reading off rhetoric that they see from this side of the internet? You know, are they just like looking at channels like what we've got going on over here, just taking the comments and then reiterating back, you know?
Force and pretty much everything that you depend on for life. So just shut up.
I was thinking about toxic masculinity and
what a way to open a video, guys. Like, when I heard that, man, I'm sitting here, I just wanted to slam my head on the desk. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, I had to stop myself from just hitting myself in the head with my hand right there.
I got really upset today thinking about how they're teaching boys to basically shut up and let the girls talk and pushing down boys and anything masculine. I'm a girl. I love being a girl. I can do whatever I want to do in this lifetime. No one's stopping me, except the IRS. But I can go do whatever I want. And this idea that men are the reason that women have, no, that's bullshit. Toxic femininity is the issue. This overabundance of express your feelings, and you can't hurt my feelings, and you have to use my pronouns, and there's 700 genders, and my mom. No, no, we need backbones. We need fucking balls. I'm tired of this shit. Toxic femininity is the issue. Watch.
And you know, guys, I think we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you buy what they're saying? Do you not buy what they're saying? Gentlemen, I'm always, you know, very skeptical when we watch videos like this, but a lot of you gentlemen have been sending this to my inbox and asking me to watch it, so here we are. Guys, we're going to be wrapping up today's show there. Don't forget about the art competition, by the way, guys. It ends in 5 days, so September 30th, that is. Make sure you send your submissions to mrfiend11@gmail.com. Nowhere else, guys, not on Instagram or anything like that, not on Discord. Make sure you send it through the email. We got cash prizes and all that stuff, guys. You can find the details in the pinned comment, as well as the description, so make sure you check that out if you're artistically inclined at all. The link for that is going to be in the description. Also, as always, guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, make sure you check out the locals link in the description, guys. If you're looking to become a supporter, that's a fantastic way to do it. If anything happens to the channel, gentlemen, it is also free to join, so make sure you go and join that link in the description. If we get banned for any reason, you'll be notified over there. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments, and as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.